Hi there. In this unit, we will discuss functions in C++. Functions are a group of statements which perform some task. Yes, we always have main function in our program, which mark entry of a program. General syntax of a function is return type of function, followed by function name, then parameters within brackets, followed by tasks to perform. Functions can be predefined, or we can create our own function, as per our requirement, which are user-defined functions. Now, functions have three important parts, which are function declaration, where function is declared and introduced into program. Second, we have function definition, where we define task, what function should carry out. We can even directly define function without declaring it separately. And third, calling function or invoking a function. There are mainly two ways to call or invoke function. 1. Call by value. 2. Call by reference. In call by value, we pass values in variable as arguments or parameters in function. But in call by reference method, we don't pass original values, but reference to that variable or address of that variable is passed. To make things clear, we will work out examples for both call by value and call by reference. Start a new C++ program. Declare two integer variables, num1 and num2. Store two numbers from user in num1 and num2 using cin. Next, we need to code for swapping numbers as our previous example. We will code rest of the program outside main function. Here, create a new function outside main function. First, declare function. We have return type as void. Function name is swap, and it will take two arguments, num1 and num2. After declaring function swap, define task of function. Start with function name swap, create two arguments, num1 and num2. Now, use temporary variable and swap values in variables, num1 and num2. Store num1 in variable temp. Also assign value in num2 to variable num1. Finally, move temp value to num2. After assigning values, see out results of swapping. Now, only thing remaining is calling or invoking our function swap. Call swap function from main function. Here remember, we are passing values to our function swap. When program execution reach swap function, task inside swap function will be executed. We will be passing inputs from users stored in num1 and num2 to our function swap. Next, save and run program. Check out results for swapping. Next, let's code same example, but using pointers. Start a new C++ program. Declare two variables, num1 and num2. Get input from users using cin. Here, we will be swapping value in num1 with value in num2. Next, let's define a function swap. We have two pointers p1 and p2 as arguments in our function swap. Here pass address of variables while calling function from main function. All steps will be same as swapping numbers using pointer example. Inside swap function, create new integer variable temp. Next, store pointer p1 to temp variable. Also, assign value pointed by pointer p2 to p1. As a final step, store value in temp to pointer p2. Thus we have completed our function swap. Now, call function from main function and pass address of num1 and num2. Cout values after invoking swap function. Here, when program invokes swap, pointer p1 will point to address of variable num1. Also p2 will have address of variable num2. Save program and run. Check out results with values. Thus we have implemented functions in two example programs. If you have noticed, our first example, we passed value to function. And in second example, we passed address of two numbers. First method is called call by value. And second method of calling a function is referred to as call by reference. Hope now you have good idea about functions. Thank you for taking this unit.